On the evening of Friday, October 14th, the Lake Orion Dragons hosted the Clarkston Wolves for the 2016 homecoming game. Both teams headed into the game with a 5-2 record. A win would clinch a playoff spot. During Clarkston's very first drive of the game, running back Michael Flugel is hit and fumbles the ball. The Dragons' Roger White comes up with it on the 23-yard line. The turnover resulted in a Parker Blust field goal. The Dragons are on the board first, 3-0. Clarkston does a little better job of moving the ball on its second drive. With the ball on the Dragons' 30, Flugel takes the handoff and goes 18 yards to the 12-yard line. A few plays later, the Wolves are facing a 4th and 1 on the 3. Nick Stallworth gets the first down, but comes up short of the goal line. Then on 3rd and goal, quarterback J.T. King takes the snap and plunges into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. The PAT was good. Clarkston 7, Lake Orion 3. On the next series, Lake Orion is facing a 3rd and 17 on their own 19-yard line. Quarterback Johnny Marshall drops back and goes deep. He's picked off by Jacob Rogilski at the 40. He's got blockers, and he takes it all the way in for the score. The point after is good. The Wolves find themselves up 14-3 as the first quarter expires. The Dragons begin their next drive on their own 35, and on the very first play of the second quarter, Chris Wilson takes the handoff and loses the grip. The Wolves come up with the ball on Lake Orion's 37-yard line. A few plays later, the Wolves are facing a 3rd and goal on the 5. King finds Ryan Prisby in the end zone to extend the lead 21-3. With 5 minutes left in the first half, the Dragons have the ball on Clarkston's 41. Marshall hands off to Dylan Frank, who can't find the handle. Brandon Baker scoops it up and rumbles 44 yards before Johnny Marshall brings him down at the 15. Just a few plays later, Michael Flugel finds the end zone once again. Clarkston converts 3 consecutive Lake Orion turnovers into 3 touchdowns and take a commanding 28-3 lead before the end of the first half. With less than 3 minutes left in the half and in desperate need of a score, Lake Orion receives the kickoff. Jonathan Haggett fields the ball on his own goal line. He finds some holes, dodges tackles, and returns the kick all the way to midfield. Finally, the Dragons have some momentum. On first down, Dylan Frank hammers out 9 yards. On second down, Frank bowls through the defense, getting all the way to the 24-yard line on sheer determination. 3 plays later, Marshall drops back to pass. He's looking for Max Hornifer. It's tipped, but Hornifer grabs it, turns upfield, and launches into the end zone. The refs talk it over and signal touchdown, but the Dragons still have a long way to go. The 2-point conversion attempt failed. Clarkston 28, Lake Orion 9. At halftime, the Lake Orion Marching Band took the field for the 2016 homecoming ceremony. The entire court was introduced to the crowd. Returning to Dragon Stadium was last year's King and Queen, Dominic Fosman and Destiny Roper, to pass the torch to the new couple. With the crown and sash in hand, Dominic walked over to Connor Schlitt and crowned him king. Destiny placed the tiara on the head of Gianna Roland to crown her 2016's homecoming queen.
Great. It was just an honor to be nominated.
Yeah, it was exciting. It was great to be nominated. It's a good time. It's fun.
Is it something that you have to campaign for and say, hey, vote for me because I want to be this or I want to be that?
Yeah, it was a bit of a campaign with all the dances and all week leading up to it, but it was definitely worth it.
Yeah, there was some campaigning, and we didn't think we'd win. Definitely not. So it was some surprise. It was cool. Yeah.
So with being crowned as Lake Orion High School royalty, what are the perks that go along with being homecoming king and queen?
Cutting in front of the lunch line, best parking spot, I'm pretty sure. No.
I think you just get recognition in the hallway. It's just going to be, for a couple weeks, I'm sure it'll be, hey, nice job, congratulations. So, yeah.
Back to the game, the fans were hoping the Dragons could keep the momentum going in the second half, but they just couldn't get anything going. With 6 minutes left in the third quarter, Clarkston tacked on another score when Flugel made his way into the end zone on this short run. The Dragons did manage to score one more touchdown. Late in the fourth, with the ball on the Wolves' 30-yard line, Marshall hits Dylan Frank with a short pass, and he does the rest, going all the way in for the score. But it was a little too late, and Clarkston comes away with a lopsided win on homecoming. The final score, Clarkston 45, Lake Orion 16. We caught up with a disappointed Coach Bell after the game.
You know, it was a rough night. there's nothing to feel good about tonight. We didn't play well in any phase of the game. When we came out and basically handed them the ball game in the first half with the turnovers, we put our defense in a bad situation. We didn't tackle very well. We didn't respond, and physically they obviously got momentum. Physically they beat us up, and it was a bad night overall. And it's one of those things that you feel like we showed up to a prize fight and we never got a chance to take a swing, and that's all us. That was all our doing. And they credit to Clarkston. I mean, Clarkston's a good team, but I know we're better than what we played tonight. It's just disappointing that we played the way we did.
The Dragons have one more regular season game. They'll travel to Bloomfield on Friday. If they come away with a win, they'll make the playoffs. Lose and the season is over. From Dragon Stadium, this is Joe Johnson reporting for ONTV News.